One of the questions I get asked most is about learning Thai. And a while back I was taking Thai language school and I got many questions about that and where are you taking school, Greeny, and all types of questions. So today I'm going to interview my teacher, Crew Noon, and I'm at her school. It's right in the heart of Jomtien. I'll put a link, I'll put the map. Let's go meet Noon. Swadee Krap. Sabadi Mai. See, I speak so good now, huh? So this is her school, and like I said, I will put a link in the description, but I got a 2-part interview coming up with her, and I'm gonna get real personal too, because Greeny's a nosy guy. It's okay? Okay, let's get inside. All right, Crew Noon.
สวัสดีค่ะ
You guys see, I learned something in school. Crew, that is teacher. That's not your name. So, like you say, somebody kun this, p, nong, but for teacher, for respect, crew,
ครู
right?
ใช่ค่ะ
And your name is Noon.
ใช่ นุ่น
Noon.
นุ่น
Noon. But spelled N-O-O-N, like 12 o'clock lunchtime.
I just chose that because it look cute. Actually, it's if you spell it Thai alphabet, it be a short vowel.
Okay. So, how long have you been teaching English here in Thailand?
Actually, I wanted to start teaching Farang at the first time since 2019.
2019.
Yes, but that.
So right before COVID started.
Yes, but that time my skill not fluent yet. So I started teaching English for the little kids at the same time to earn my skill. And
teaching Thai kids or English kids?
Both like
Western.
Most it Thai kid.
Okay. And did you what is your education? Did you go to school for language at all?
Okay, I graduated from university. My major was Thai. Like we
Thai
learn
language.
deep in like linguistic and every skill to like using Thai for writing, for speaking. Yeah, it's like a open major, not specific. Like I'm not learning a certificate for teacher. Like my major is like just Thai.
Just Thai.
Yeah, Thai.
Like my son in America, his major is English.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And now he's in business. I don't know.
Yeah, but after that, I went to like language school for improve my English skill. As you know, like Thai people, we learn a lot of English since we very young, like in the primary school.
Yeah.
But we couldn't communicate with Farang.
Yeah.
So my skill very low. After that, like I have a chance to meet like expat friend a lot, and I just can say just yes, no, okay. And I feel very sad about myself. So I make decision to went to the language school, and it's like improve my skill then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of break this down in a few different sections. We're going to talk about the school and about learning Thai and things like that. Then I have some other like more personal questions I'm going to ask her because I know her a little bit. You know, I sat here for 30 hours learning, and we talk, and I learned a little bit about Noon. So I will ask some personal questions towards the end, but we're going to get down to business here. So what made you decide to switch from kids to want to teach Falan?
At first, my goal is like I feel really enjoy when I was in the language school. Like I learn English, and I feel really enjoy, but I still not confident enough to like I want to become an English teacher because I feel like I still want to improve. But because of I graduate from Thai major, because I like Thai language with no reason. It's funny, it's something. So I think like maybe better I should teach Farang. But because of my skill, my understanding in teaching Farang is like it's low. So I want to improve something else first and then come back again. Okay. So I come back again.
So you said you started in 2019. When did you actually start the school here in Jomtien?
Okay, so 2019 I working like just part-time. I still doing something else as a full-time job.
Yeah.
And after that, about 2022, I think 2022, I applied for the job as a full-time teacher in Pattaya. So I worked there about 1.5 years, and I make decision to run my own business. Yeah.
So when did you open this?
I think this one is about 1.5 years.
Okay.
I mean my own.
Right, and specifically, like if somebody went onto Google to search, what is the name of your school here?
Okay, I name it Joyful Thai Language Center.
Joyful Thai
Joyful
Language Center.
Yes.
Okay, and of course I'm gonna have links and everything in here. You know, this is not like a paid advertisement. She's not paying me. I just enjoyed the time at her school, and there's other benefits even when you're not in the class or anything that I'm gonna get to later. These meetups and groups that she has, which is really good for expats that come here and want to meet Thai people. Can you share with us the reason why you think most expats want to learn Thai?
From experience that I have talked to the student, like they like Thailand because I think the expenses is cheaper a lot cheaper like than your country, right? You're from America. And another one is like Thai kind of relax and fun and enjoy and chill, and the people who want to learn Thai with me, they really want to live here like entire of their life or long term.
So you think they just want to be able to communicate with the locals better?
Yeah.
That's why they want to learn?
Recently, like the student come here to learn Thai because they want to practice himself to get like long-term visa, like elite, right? Elite visa, something like that.
Do you what do you think is the biggest challenge for expats to learn Thai? Like what makes it the hardest? Like I'll get to my personal experience. We'll talk about that a little bit. You know, but what do you, from your perspective, you know, of teaching many people, what do you think is the biggest challenge?
Okay, I think it's about the pronunciation and tones. The first one, because the language, like European language, is different, opposite our language. But some country may relate, but like not much. So the pronunciation, the tone. And when you translate the language, you cannot translate from really straightforward because your culture is different from us.
I learned that. Is there a particular tone or sound, like one or two, that you think that the expats have the hardest time with? Like what is the hardest ones for the expats to know?
I think all 5 tones is difficult, but I think some tone it doesn't make sense because it doesn't accept like when you in Thai.
Give an example, like make the tones.
Low tone, yeah. If you can say gai.
Gai.
Yeah, it's really to make it low.
Gai. Now is that chicken or is that a different one?
Yeah.
What is gai?
You say not to say gai.
So give there's always that example that people give of like saying kai, kai, kai. Say how kai with different tones can be how many different words?
No, I show you example, maybe it's just cow sound, right? You have heard that on the social media, it's very viral. We have like cow, you know cow, right? Rice, cow.
Rice, cow.
Cow, and you know the white cow. Yeah, you see the same word but different tone. Many. Any
more with cow?
We switch to the short one. We have like cow. What is that? Cow is like he, she, or they.
Okay.
And we have cow, which is knee.
Knee?
Cow.
Like your knee?
Yeah. Knee.
Oh.
Cow. And cow, right? You say cow and cow like you enter somewhere. Cow. This is the different.
Oh, it's okay. Trust me, guys. The class is very useful, and I'll tell you about how I think it helped me, you know, later on. Can you share any like cultural insights that Phalang would learn, you know, from learning Thai? How will that help them learn the culture? Like besides just, you know, by being in the class, how does it help them with learning more about Thai culture, not just the language?
Okay, I always tell the student that Thai culture is kind of open culture. We may ask some question that very privacy. Like sometimes like our small talk for daily greeting, we just like, have you eaten yet? Which you don't do.
Kin khao liang?
Yeah, kin khao liang, and also ไปไหน like where you going. and
yeah.
ไปไหนมา where did you go, right? This is our small talk as like how are you actually. Foreigner learn Thai that they learn from school mostly like they really straightforward translate from English to Thai, which is how are you สบายดีไหม like that is.
But in real Thai
in real Thai,
conversation,
we just
they don't really
use it.
say "sabay di mai." every
Yeah,
time.
though we don't really.
What have you eaten or
Yeah, we
different
say
little.
กินข้าวหรือยัง ไปไหน ไปไหน
right.
มา yeah.
So is there any common like Thai expressions that there's no translation in English that you have to like it means like you just can't translate it. You have to really take time to explain what that means, like certain things.
Okay, it's different from the context. Recently, the student say something in English like will see. Let's okay. If you translate direct translation, it said เรา we is เรา right จะ will and see is เห็น เราจะเห็น but it's not like if you talk like we'll see it's gonna happen like we're gonna say
Like maybe.
yeah maybe like you try something and say we'll see yeah it's expression in Thai we say เดี๋ยวก็รู้ yeah it's different
Okay. So
เดี๋ยว
say
ก็
that to
รู้
me. Say that to me in
เดี๋ยว
Thai.
เดี๋ยวก็รู้
Jing Law?
yes something like that
I learned Jing Law recently. Like really?
Law.
Like really? What advice do you give like Farang like to use Thai politely besides like ka and krap like just to be politely? I know I kind of struggle sometimes when people want to sell me something. I don't want to sound rude like if I'm like I think I'm getting much better. I used to just be like my ben rai, but now I'm like my ben rai. You know, I try to say it softer and more polite. Do you have any advice for foreigners when they're first learning Thai to, you know, if they don't want something or they want to just express themselves in a more polite manner or tone?
keep crap all the time it make everything
Ka and krap, but
Yeah.
still, I think even if I say like, you know, my out kap, you know, like I found recently more, you know, just more conversations I have and dealings with Thai people like my out crap, you know, just more softer. You know, don't they try to do it more softer? Or if I just say my out cop, you know, like it still doesn't sound nice because I add cop. Does it make it nice? Does it make it polite?
yeah you can do like your tone speech should not so loud or so high
Yeah.
make it low
Yeah,
make
keep
soft.
it low, makes it more polite, not just cop and crop. I think from my personal experience. Okay, what like phrases or expression would you advise expats to kind of learn first? Like if you had like say your top 5 things that expats should learn first in Thai, what would be the first 5 things you think an expat should learn to get along here in Thailand?
Okay the first you should know how to say hi right you know สวัสดี สวัสดีครับ and the ครับ for male speaker and the ค่ะ for female speaker and you know how to say excuse me or sorry you remember ขอโทษ yeah ขอโทษครับ for male ขอโทษค่ะ and thank you ขอบคุณ
ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับ what else like
ยินดี
ยินดี yeah
Not so much.
not so much ไม่เป็นไร it's okay
ไม่เป็นไร
ไม่เป็นไรอะไร
อะไร is like
อะไร
question อะไรนะ
อะไรนะ
Right, yeah.
อะไรนะครับ
See, I did learn something. You thought I didn't learn anything. I learned a few things.
yes
We'll get back to that in a second. So how important do you think it is for expats to learn Thai script, to be able to write or read, or do you think it's just more useful for them to speak, or does it make it much easier to learn if they're learning the letters? Like talk a little bit about the script.
okay this is really it's about my passion about I want Greeny travel can help me like what is called make a campaign for the
Get the word out.
yeah make a campaign for expat learning Thai that should learn Thai script
Yeah,
the student don't like to learn Thai script they think it's very hard yes but for the Thai people learning English we never learn something like that we start from the
Really?
English alphabet okay we will write Thai
Oh, you start with script
Yes.
to learn English.
Yes.
Whereas the expats just want to listen,
Yes.
they don't want to. Okay.
it's very important because like if you can see in Thai we don't have like international Thai phonetic alphabet like very official so different school different phonetic you can see the pi BP B alone P alone you see if you learn different it make you confused And also the English alphabet that we pick some that's similar to Thai sound, it doesn't exact the same Thai sound. You should learn the alphabet to make it, the first, for my opinion as a language learner before, it's more natural, and the pronunciation may like exact the alphabet, say it's not like if you see Kun Brian may see my phonetics and say no, it doesn't make sense to say with the vowel or, yeah, but if you learn the Thai script, it's better and help you like a benefit for long time, long term.
Let me ask you this. So I took the basic class, the beginner, that was 30 hours. So at what stage would you start moving into script? At what, like how many hours into it? Like after they're like 100 hours, 200 hours, like when would you start teaching script to students? Or is that a totally different class where, you know, they may just want to keep doing language and not script, or is it always lead up to that? Like do you always, like after they're here a certain amount of time, is it like, okay, now we're doing script?
Actually, I really want to start like script and speaking at the same time, but it's difficult for the student. So after 30 hours, I will check on them again, and I like show, okay, you can try one time. If it's not too difficult for you, we just go on. And I try to study more technique that make the Thai script easier for the student.
So for beginners, like when I was in my class, I know I was not that good with homework because, you know, I travel and I just, you know, I wish if I was smart during COVID when nothing was going on, I wasn't real, that's the time when I really should have been learning Thai because I would have had so much more time. But as like, you know, like I'm off to this trip, that trip, and it's hard for me to focus. How much time a week, you know, or how much time a day when they're in school do you think they should give when they're not in school to study, to do homework, to practice? How much time do you think?
How much time?
Like
For
per
me,
week or per day?
Per day, like in class, should not, for me, I'm not like before I was student, I'm not a good student, so I cannot like study too much, so 2 hours is max for
but
classroom.
out of school, like how much
Out of
extra
school?
time should a Westerner, you know, learning Thai, how much extra time, say, per week should they study when they're not in school?
Okay, I think it depends on your ability, but for me, I learn English, I jump myself into English environment. I watch everything in English. I watch a movie. I try to join meetup group, like be around with foreigner. Like before I live in Bangkok, right before I come here. So I join every activity that I can speak English. So this one I think is the same thing when you learn Thai. You no need to always like with your Frlang friend. You should find Thai friend. And you try to speak Thai more. Yeah, that one. At least I think about, you know, Duolingo. I just 10 minutes a day is not bad.
Yeah, dude, I like those apps. I had a couple of those.
Yeah,
I did that.
still
But
use it.
I actually, just by the way that you were breaking down sentence structure and everything, I learned a lot more just in the class than I ever did on those apps, just because I understand how to put the sentences together a little bit better. Okay, guys, this already went, you know, this is already into like 10, 15 minutes or so. So what I'm going to do is cut this video here, and then we're going to have a part 2, I think. I think I'm going to do a part 2 where we get a little bit more about some extra things she does and more into her personal life, and finish up with the language stuff and talk about some other events that she puts on and things like that. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe because I want you to check out part 2 when that comes out. That's going to be, I'm going to dive into her personal life. All right, Greeny out.